So the story we're going to tell tonight is the 8-month saga that took Gary and I to come from that strange place of meeting each other and not really knowing, are we going to be together, won't we, to where we are now. So Gary, do you want to set the stage?
Yes, so, because I'm not as tall as Kevin. So, we start off in Texas, both of us being archaeologists, doing our archaeology thing, and, you know, searching for the Ark of the Covenant in the small town called Florence, Texas.
At least that's what we tell our parents.
You know, Christina had just broke up with her boyfriend, and...
No. He broke up with me.
Yeah. And so I finished a Facebook complicated relationship, no details there. And we were grocery buddies in Texas because I didn't know how to cook. So, well, supposedly. And so Christina, you know, we cooked and went to the grocery store together and had delicious luxuries such as cheeseburgers and ravioli out of the can every day of the week. So, you know, she goes, I don't think you can cook. And I say, Christina, why would you ever doubt my Chef Boyardee Negro skills? And she goes, well, you never cooked a meal for me. And I'm like, okay, you know what? When we get back to college...
That's a lie. He made me delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I have to give him credit.
So, don't doubt the PB&J. So I'm like, all right, I'll cook for you when we get back to campus. So when we're on campus, we'll cook. And she goes, hey, that's a date. And I was like, date? What date? Like, is it a date like we'll just hang out, or is it date because you think I'm, you know, dark chocolate and sexy? So I asked our friend Hannah to do some investigative reporting, and Hannah returns and says, it's a date. And I'm like, that doesn't tell me what it means. And she goes, she says date, and I don't know what that means. And I'm like, you're useless.
So needless to say, Gary cooked me a lovely meal on his George Foreman. I was quite impressed by that he was able to create honey glazed salmon fillets and rice pilaf and steamed broccoli, which I have to give myself credit. I chopped the broccoli. So it was a lovely meal. And so we're going to fast forward a little bit, a couple months. Gary has just turned 21, so he is now experiencing the legal drinking scene in Erie, Pennsylvania. And some interesting things came out of the bathrooms of the Cornerstone. Gary, would you like to share what you shared with me from those bathrooms in Erie?
Tina girl, you gonna be my girlfriend. You just don't know it yet.
Left on voicemails, drunk, 2 o'clock in the morning, for me to wake up to at 7 a.m. when he's calling me, can you go with me to get some Gatorade? I got a meeting. So anyway, we're going to fast forward again to my birthday, which is in January. And this is my big birthday. I'm turning 21. And I live with 6 girls. I survived. I am a survivor of living with 6 girls in college with 1 bathroom. And so we had a tradition of whoever's birthday it was, they got to choose what restaurant they went to. All the girls would chip in and buy their meal, and we all got dressed up. Regardless if we were going to McDonald's or the fanciest sushi restaurant in Erie, we all got dressed up. And so I got to pick someone who I wanted to go with me, and I chose Gary. Now, one thing you need to know about Gary, and our friends do, he's very stubborn. He even has a t-shirt that says, I'm not stubborn, my way's better. Preface. So, Gary's like, well, I don't want to go, I'm not your boyfriend, why do I have to go, it's for you and your roommate, blah, 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 blah. So I get him to go, which was great. I loved him there, except he wouldn't dress up. His dress up was jeans and a polo shirt, when all of us are wearing sparkle cocktail dresses and looking all beautiful. So then we always have a party afterwards, invite our friends and our neighbors. And again, Gary, being his stubborn t-shirt ways, said, well, why do I have to go? I'm 21. You're not 21 until Wednesday. I don't want to come. So Gary surprises me by stopping in for 5 minutes, dressed to the nines, on his way to the drunk bus, taking him down State Street to go to the bars in Erie. Once again, leaving me alone on my birthday, angry and confused, about your role in my life.
Wow.
I gave her a lap dance though. So fast forward after her birthday, and I'm like, you know, Tina, I really like you a lot, and you know, I can't keep doing this whole we're kind of together, kind of not together, because you have your clothes in my apartment, and you have a special drawer, and you have a little space in my closet, and you have tampons in my bathroom. And so I'm like, I really need some, you know, closure, and so I need you to be my girlfriend. And she kept saying no, and I kept saying, Tina, I need you, girl. I really like you. And she kept telling me no, told me to wait, and eventually she'll decide, and I'm like, you know, that's heartbreaking.
But little did Gary know when he was giving me my ultimatum that I had a plan. I'm the planner of us, of our little family. And I was going to have a special event on Valentine's Day, one of Gary's least favorite holidays, for a myriad of reasons. It's all about love, and it's commercial, and it's fake, and blah, 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 blah. He says the same thing about Christmas, which I don't like, my favorite holiday. And so I was going to plan a special surprise for Valentine's Day. Gary had Gary had a night class, so I snuck into his apartment, and I cooked a fancy meal. I made oven roasted chicken and potatoes and green beans and chocolate mousse with raspberries and wine and bread, and it was wonderful. So Gary knocks on the door to his apartment, opens the door, and there I am in my beautiful white glittering dress and food on the table and Michael Bublé playing. I was going through a phase. I was in college. There were candles everywhere. And Gary's at the door in his typical college wear of slippers, sweatpants, and a bathrobe. Kid you not. See, you know it's true.
Yeah, it is.
So we come in, we have dinner, and you know, Gary's like, oh, well, I'm tired, dinner was great, my ethnic fatigue is kicking in, let's go to bed. I was like, no, one more present. So I bring out this little box that I pilfered from his closet, a gift from a former girlfriend, and I filled it with my own present. And inside was a letter. Gary, you want to share what the letter said?
And the letter said, you know, I love you a lot, and you're my chocolate sexy daddy, and... and will you please be my boyfriend? And I was like, oh, Tina. And I gave her a big hug and a kiss, and I said, yes, I'll be your boyfriend. And I said, yeah.
And 4 years later, we've still survived, and as Kevin said, we are recently engaged in planning our 2013 wedding. So that is our crazy love sign.